At the age of 37, I can live life on my terms, baby. I can do what the hell I want. I can wake up on a Monday, or I can wake up on a Tuesday if I wish to. Nobody's telling me what to do. Whereas you might be, especially one of the people who are hating, will have to clock into work at 9 o'clock in the morning, leave at 5 o'clock, and the only thing they're looking forward to is a Friday night where they're going, thank God it's weekend, and they go into that loop.
Welcome to another podcast of the I Love Monday podcast. Today we have a mini celebrity who just decided to walk into our office and say, right, let's record a podcast. Multi-Millionaire Sean Lamb. Welcome for part 2. Is it better than the first time?
A lot better, man. I'm so excited about being back here. I can't wait to give so much value to all your followers, because I know you're in a very different space to where you started, and I just want to congratulate you.
Thank you very much.
On that front, because this was just an idea in your head just over a year ago, and we recorded our first one, and today you're well established. You've had some very influential people on, and I have to applaud you for that, because to get your studios, to get your camera people, it takes a lot of time, dedication, and a lot of time this is not your full-time work at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You're a full-time realtor, you sell properties, you help landlords out, you've helped me out in the past, and to do this on the side to give the value to your followers, I think everybody deserves to smash the like button right for you right now.
On that note, 87% of the people that watch this video do not subscribe. So if you're one of them, click the subscribe button, because then we'll get bigger guests and better guests, and then we'll get some of the boxes that Sean's been getting on his channel. And also subscribe to Take a Seat.
Come on, bro. See, look at that. And this is how life should be. It's about energy exchanging. People think God is that man in the sky sitting there waiting to his magic, to send his wand. God is everywhere from what we believe.
Yeah.
He's that spirit, that energy. And the more good energy you hold, if you vibrate on that frequency, God will do good things to you. But God isn't, for example, praying 5 times a day. You could do that 5 times a day, and then as soon as you get in your car, you're rolling up that big spliff, yeah, or cheating people out their money and say, I've just got to do what I got to do. No, it's not about that. It is about living a life of honesty, doing good, fearing tomorrow, and doing what's right, really.
I think it's just about literally take a step in the positive direction. And by positivity, like you said, energy, you're being positive with others, exchanging, working together, because the world's one place. We as humans should be one whole person working to the greater good. And obviously you've got good and you've got evil. Mm-hmm. And that's like a whole other topic, because I don't know where we've started from. Because I think in the first podcast this would have been finished, but obviously there's good and there's evil. But all the good people sticking together, you combat the evil. That's how it should be.
Should be, yeah. And I don't understand people with the mindset of it's okay to do bad and nobody cares and nobody's watching anywhere. Where does that mentality come from? When has anything bad led you to something good? If you're a drug dealer and you're pulling in $500,000 and I'm the man, what drug dealer have you seen on TV? Or, even Pablo Escobar didn't make it. Do you know what I mean? He was hunted down like a rat. What does that show you?
You know what? The one thing, and I think this is about success and even like good and evil, you can put it in, you have to be able to sleep at night. Because if you can't sleep at night, you tell me which drug dealer is sleeping at night.
You can't put money on a good night's sleep.
Yeah. Because if you can't sleep at night, even if you're stressed out, like even if you've done nothing wrong, you're stressed out in your business, work, because it happens, you've got family issues, whatever it is, but you can't sleep at night, that's where the problem is. And once you work on, okay, what is it that's making me not sleep at night? How can I get a good night's sleep? Whether that's something as simple as, let me just crack on in the morning and get that deal done, because it could be business. Let me just sit my family down. Let's just work this out. What's the mess? Because Asian families is a mess somewhere.
There's always an issue in an Asian family household.
Let's get out. Let's get out of the gang. Let's get out of drug dealing. Let me just get a solid life. Mm-hmm. As simple as that.
Sure.
Anyway, Sean, what you been up to? So I've seen you on TikTok, everywhere. You're on YouTube. You've had about 60 episodes on your podcast with boxers, rappers. You've got Justin Stratford. You've got that Airbnb you're doing up. You're still buying. You're still refurbing houses, you're doing a whole lot of things. But what? And you're mentoring people, you're mentoring younger people, you're mentoring celebs. And that's just in the space of 365 days since we've last sat down. What have you been up to, apart from all that?
You just took all my breath away, mate. You just said it all. Well, from the outside, it might look like that. For me, I'm just trying to be a better person every single day. And if it's just about me, myself, and I, then I'm not doing that, because I know I'm already on a good trajectory. I know that I'm doing better every day, but how am I making an impact? And you get to a certain level of wealth that you think, it's not just about money no more. If I earn another 1,000, 100,000, another million, is that going to change my life? Honestly, it's not. I'm still that same person. I still have that same intuition, that feeling of whatever I'm doing. But if somebody else goes, you've changed my life, I'm now earning more money.
Yeah.
My mum is proud of me. Until I spoke to you, I didn't know there was anything different. Then that's changing my life.
Put a price on your mum being proud of you.
There's no price on family being proud, because imagine your mum's given you birth, she's fed you, she's changed your nappies, she's watched you grown up. They don't know what monetary value is. They don't know what money is. Is he okay? Is he safe? Is he happy? These are the things that your mum or your dad would think of. They don't care about how much money you're going to earn. They do want you to be comfortable. But when you get to a level that you're saying, I have a school. You have a school? Well, what is this? I don't see no, Park Primary School like down the road. I'm like, no, I've got Shoreland School. I've got the Property Initiator. What's that? I said, people come on Zoom calls. We meet in person on site visits. And I teach people. What, you're a teacher? Like, it's something new to their world. But just the fact that you're giving back, because they're God's people as well. They're going, wow, that's really good. My family, my brothers and sisters, we're so proud that their nephew's doing this. That's happiness internally. It's not external. It's not money. It's not, I'm chasing another high. It's that gratitude of, I'm proud to be your son, I'm proud to, you brought me up, and this is the outcome of your bringing up. Like, this is where the seed was planted. This is what you brought up. So, really, really happy about the way things are going. There's certain things in life you can't control, and that's with everything. Maybe family, maybe health. There's certain things that can be external factors, but the main thing is you have to keep going on with life.
So how do you wake up every morning trying to be a better person than you are the day before? What do you do, like, personally?
Well, you've got to have goals.
Yeah.
You've got to say, where do I want to get to in life? And if you don't have a focus in your life, then do you really know where you're going? Like, people say, if you fail to plan, then you're planning to fail, because you don't know where you're going. So if you don't know where you're going, where are you going?
Yeah,
it's simple as that. So I've got a plan. I want to help more people, and I measure that by how many schools am I getting to, how many people's lives am I impacting, how many people I'm showing how to buy houses, how many podcasts am I doing? Like myself, I have a duty now as a podcast host to produce content for my audience. And if I'm just going to keep putting the same highlight of a previous one, and they said, I've actually really loyal to you, I really like you, Sean, but you've just put a highlight of something I've watched already, where's the new content? Are they really going to support me? Are they really going to follow me? No, they're going to be like, this is boring now. Unsubscribe is that easy. But me as a duty saying, where's my next guest coming from? So that requires for me to invest in myself, which means it does cost me a lot of money by going out to network, to join other private membership clubs, so I can meet more people, get into different rooms, to shake that hand and go, you'd be very valuable to my audience. Why should I keep this just in this room? Come over into my studio and let's get something recorded so more people can follow you. It adds value to my guest, and my guest also appreciates me to say, I've opened that door.
Yeah, and obviously when you're speaking to your guests, you're tapping into their network. So when you're speaking to your boxers, you're tapping into their boxer friends. When you're speaking to your music artists, you're tapping into that market. And that's what, again, helps you with mentoring them people about getting into property. Because their full-time job is boxing. example.
Yeah, and you'd be surprised how many people who are on ITV and on Sky Sports and they're British champions, how they just message you like a normal person. I look up to you. I would love to learn more about real estate. I'd love how to put my 30 grand check that I won in my last fight and how to put that to work.
Yeah.
Because in actual fact, your manager, your agent, and I'm not putting this like down to a T because there are people who care, but from my experience, people just care about themselves. And if I've got you a contract and I've got you a big fight, then I want my percentage out, then whatever you do with your money is not my problem. So people got to realize they've got to build themselves, and it's up to them who they have around them. So if I've got a manager and I've got an agent, where's my financial advisor? And who's qualified? Not just because you're 10 years older than me and you've earned a little bit more money that you know what you're telling me. Have I got that person who's an expert in that field to say, actually, you've just earned 30 grand. This is exactly what I would do. And this is how you can multiply your money, because your career is not forever.
Yeah.
Whereas an agent or a manager might be managing 10 more people like you and going, I'm looking at my next deal. This is my job. When I go home, I just want to concentrate on my family or my next holiday. What you do with your money, I've done my job by getting you that paycheck. The rest is not my responsibility, which is absolutely right. So make sure that even when you're at a good stage, even when you've got a good business that's going on and you're turning over millions, do you know what your next step is?
When you have them conversations, what do they say to that question?
A lot of them are lost because they're going, well, I know how to get up in the morning to train. I know how to eat right. I know when my next fight's happening. No one's taught me money management. No one's taught me how to manage my money or what to do with it. So I feel privileged, first of all, speak to these people. And second of all, I feel even more privileged to say, I can help you in that department. When do you have some time? When can we coach you through this? And I'm also excited that my network has been growing. Since I've been on social media, my network has grown more and more, and it's growing every single day. So I know people in Manchester, I know property networking events, people who have 200-300 people in a room where I've been able to do public speaking in that room as well. My confidence has also gone up. And I've also met people who've done turnkey solutions. What is a turnkey solution? It's somebody who you just put your money there and they do everything for you. So I know people who will buy the property for you. They will renovate the property for you. They will even let that property out and even do the accounting and get the mortgage for you. So as long as you fit right and you are identified and you have the right person next to you who say, do this, you'll meet all these criteria, go here, and you start earning passive income, then we can make that happen. So we are really making dreams come true for people where they thought, if I didn't know you, none of this would have happened. Where do I get that or that from? Not everybody's privileged like us, where we've had the right mentorship, where we've been able to grow in a market which might have been not the market now. And also, everyone's life is different. Everyone's thoughts are different. Everyone's mindset is different. Now, what if you've grown up in a different mindset and you had other adversities and you wasn't able to think like we were? Everyone's different. Everyone has their place in the market. And I know I've been very fortunate to have the life that I've had, even though other people could say that's tough, that's boring, I feel sorry for you. For me, I feel very proud that I've had the life that I've had because it's been so adventurous.
Why would people feel sorry for you? Why would people feel sorry for you?
First of all, they will say, all you've done your whole life is work. You've worked 2-3 jobs. I can't think of anything worse. You got bullied as a kid. You were called fat boy. You were beaten up many times. And then all you went is running towards work and work mentors and bosses who you were close to. And all your whole life is to the age of 37. I could think nothing of worse because I was down the pub in my 20s. I was getting drunk, paralytic, went to all these parties. I've had so much fun, had so many women. What have you done with your life? It's just work. So for a lot of people looking at me, they make, first of all, a judgment. You haven't enjoyed your life. Who decides what enjoyment is? Enjoyment is different for every single person. And at the end of the day, look, at the age of 37, I can live life on my terms, baby. I can do what the hell I want. I can wake up on a Monday or I can wake up on a Tuesday if I wish to, Nobody's telling me what to do. Whereas you might be, especially one of the people who are hating will have to clock into work at 9 o'clock in the morning, leave at 5 o'clock, and the only thing they're looking forward to is a Friday night where they're going, thank God it's weekend, and they go into that loop. So at 52 weeks of the year, they're only looking forward to 52 days. I look forward to 365 days every single year because I'm happy. I'm passionate about what I do. I enjoy what I do. I enjoy shaking hands. I enjoy doing property deals. I enjoy helping people. I enjoy being on social media. I enjoy my family. I enjoy going on holiday. Next week I'm in Dubai. I'm doing business, but I'm enjoying myself. It's a lifestyle, baby. That's what I'm saying.
Why are you in Dubai?
I'm in Dubai because I'm buying something, you know, and I wouldn't have bought had I not had that realtor on my podcast, how I not been friends with him for the last 6 months, and had I not had another friend through social media who's been helping me with my Airbnb, saying I'm buying in Dubai, who you buying of? The same person who I know. So it becomes a triangle. We set up a WhatsApp group message, we look at the deal, we have a 2-hour phone call, we have a peace of mind that it's government backed, it's going into a government account, the fact that how to get the business account open, how to not only get a business account, how to get your personal accounts open, how the whole deal works and is structured to make me feel totally at ease and comfortable. And yeah, I'm buying over there. And before I buy anything, I want to see it in the flesh. I want to see where it's being built, where exactly the roads are around it, how far I want to drive in a car. Not say it's 17 minutes from this place. I want to see if it's 17 minutes. I'll pay 50 quid for a cab and take that 17-minute road myself because it might be 2 hours away and I bought something done. Yeah. So, you know, and I claim that as a business expense. Yeah. So my £600 ticket, because I don't fly £7,000 first class. I'd rather have 7,000 to spend over there on myself shopping, but I spent 560 quid on a ticket to get over there. I've paid it from my business account. Why? Because it's a business expense. Why? Because it's a business property that I'm going to Airbnb out there growing in international markets. And if in a later stage I feel like taking over that property and live there myself, I've got an option to live in 2 different infrastructures. I can live in the UK, I can go and live in the Middle East. And I'm pretty sure in the next 2 years, I'll probably have a few different other locations.
Why would you go to live in the Middle East? Your whole life is there, your property is there, your business is there.
Yeah, but the world isn't moving like that. Everything's going online. People are working from home. People are, more and more on social media. When you're having a conversation with somebody, I don't know if you're in Australia or if you're in India, Pakistan or Middle East, or if you're in America. I don't know where you are in the world. So hang on. What keeps me in England? Now, this is going to be very controversial. It'll probably blow up and probably put me in a bad light right now. But on the last day of 2023, I was watching BBC One and I'm sitting there watching and it's like, Happy New Year! Yeah, boom, like we're in the Ferris wheel, we're in central London, and this is the year you can be anything you want to be. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. You could be man, woman, animal, this, that, other, rah, rah, rah. I'm like, what the hell is going on? If I'm growing up in this generation right now, I'm bloody going to be bloody confused. I don't know what's going on exactly. And on top of that, yeah, then you see someone coming out on stage who's from, a different sexuality, and I don't have anything about if you're gay, if you're bisexual. It doesn't concern me. You can be anything you want to. I've got gay friends, I've got lesbian friends, I've got friends who like both. It doesn't affect me. But when you're coming out and you're singing and you're very camp, and the next minute you're dancing up next to another man this close, about to kiss, it's like, hey, hang on. Something's gone terribly wrong here, and it's almost like a whole system is trying to confuse the hell out of another generation so they don't actually wake up and look around what are the real issues in this world. Why should we be concentrating on that?
I think a lot of things have been put out there, like you said, to confuse, because they're shifting the focus to things like that. Like there was an article that came out the other day. If you're a transgender female, also male into female, you can fight in a female division for boxing.
Yeah.
You tell me someone's going to die.
No. Someone is going to get terribly hurt because there's no way humanly possible that a woman is going to be stronger than a man. A man has scientifically got more testosterone and more stronger than a woman. Now, you could have a really, really weak man, a really, really strong, gifted, genetically woman, and yeah, that's the anomaly, which means that's the 1 in a million that would not be a good matchup. But I don't think you're going to have why is there a men division and a woman division in the first place? It's to make sure that it's absolutely fair.
And
Women
safe,
are
yeah.
designed to do different things. Women are very strong. Women are very powerful. They do things that men could never dream of. The pain threshold that a woman can take is more than a man.
Yeah.
Because a woman giving birth to give life to a human being, I don't think 99% of men could not do that. They could not give birth to a child, something coming out of their body, such a big life form, you know, and women do that perfectly, you know, and they're designed to do that. Men are different at different things. Physically, they might be strong. Emotionally, men are very weak. You know, behind every good man is a strong woman, you know, and I believe that is the relationship that we should always look to complement. If a woman, no matter how strong she is, you know, the thing is, a man and a woman have so much competition, and a man always likes to feel on top. He does. And this equal ship of a man being equal to a woman, it will never work. It won't never work. Why? Because a man just needs a 1% more than a woman. He wants to feel that a woman respects him, respects his family, and that's all he needs. If a man has a problem with his wife, but his mum goes, she's a good woman, she always gives me respect, she always gives me dinner, or whenever she comes, she always shows me the best respect, a man can melt just like that. That's all it takes for a man to melt and go, I'm sorry. But if a man feels he's disrespected, she knows more than him, she's putting him down, oh, your mother was like this, or your sister was like that, it doesn't take long for a man to get rubbed up the wrong way, to go, who the hell are you? You know, so the principles are very, very simple. I don't understand where this competition has come from. And in fact, do you know what? It has come from somewhere.
When you say competition, what do you mean by competition?
Well,
as in
you
females trying to be
know,
like
for
men?
example, if a man's working, a woman's working, that's it. It's all over. It's like in terms of, I'm working here, you're working here, I earn this, you earn that, you do the cooking today, I'm doing the washing this way. It's okay to share responsibilities. There's nothing wrong with giving somebody a day off or helping out and flexing and doing your own bits. But it is wrong when, you know, there's a big competition to say I'm earning more, and this value of money that is not, what is money? It's a man-made thing to say I'm more valued now because I bring this into the household, or you should do this, etc. A man will like to feel like a man. And it's okay for a man to cook. It's okay for a man to do the washing and helping out with children. But all he wants is that little bit of respect. You know, there's ways that you can help and complement each other as well.
I think that's what you mean by competition. Rather than being at loggerheads saying, I earn this, I do this, work together for your ultimate goal, your ultimate mission as a couple.
Yeah, absolutely. You can work in a lot of harmony if you are both comfortable with the situation. But I'm talking about, you know, we all brought up very differently. And so, you know, if you're a strong, dominant alpha male who likes to go out and bring that bread home and likes to, I'm earning money, I'm doing shaking hands, I'm making money, I'm meeting new people, I'm doing better and better for my next generation, I'm feeding my kids, I'm feeding my wife, I'm giving her security, and you're being a good man, the last thing he wants to do is come home for her to come with competition and I want you to do this, you need to do that. It's like, he's thinking, hey, all I need is a better support and I will support you.
Yeah.
You know, I'll make sure there's food on the table, I'll make sure you're fed, you're clothed. Our next generation, our kids are good human beings. They have parents, they don't have two people who just bringing them up like robots, you know?
Sorry, going back to the Dubai point. So why is all of this that you described, basically the environment here, why would that lead you to maybe 2 years?
I don't see the UK going in a good light. The weather's bloody shit, you know? We're in, mid-January, and it's horrible out there, freezing. So this is now a choice. Do you want to live where there's not good weather? We do need vitamin E, we do need sunlight. Yeah, it does make us happy. There's scientific, studies and knowledge out for that. Sometimes when it's miserable weather and there's high inflation and people are happy to be on benefits, and that's who you're queuing next to, are they really showing you respect? Are they really being courteous? Why do you need to accept this reality? It wasn't supposed to be like this. You're supposed to enjoy this journey of life, of being a human, giving, taking. So if that doesn't suit you, move. It's not their fault. It's your fault for allowing yourself to be in this environment. If you want to move somewhere else where you've got like-minded people, affluent people, in terms of you feel that I've worked hard, they're working hard, we're like-minded, there's going to be less issues and problems. Go and enjoy the nice weather. Life isn't forever. Life is very, very short. It's a very quick journey. I've seen people come and go. I've seen grandparents here and grandparents gone. I've seen our elders gone very, very quickly. Aunties, mums, older sisters gone last year. It's like, wow, how did that happen? I thought she was going to last forever. And that's the thing. Us human beings think everyone's going to last forever. And then as you're going towards 40, people are dropping off. And you think, shit, I'm just a human being. I'm here for very short term. And this is when also your belief will come into your life a lot more. Your religion will come. And if you don't have a religion and there's not a faith that you have, then I believe you're going to be in trouble very, very quickly.
Why?
Because there's nothing carrying you on this journey, because there's a lot of things that the textbook or problems you face in front of you and it's causing you anxiety, or you're living in the past, these things are not going to serve you or help you. There's things that you can't answer. And by having a faith, by going into a place of worship or believing in some sort of energy, that these things are going to make you calmer. So when I go into my place of worship, like I did on the 1st of the month, thank you God for letting me see 2024. There's a load of things that were going in my mind. But when I went, donated some food for the kitchen, because that's what we do. And we sat down, and then I see this projector screen and it's translated in English. It shows you how to speak it in your language as well. And I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden I'm feeling this calmness, this bliss, just hearing the vibration of how they're singing. And I'm getting calmer and calmer. And then it says, don't worry about what's in front. Don't worry about what's behind. That's not up to you. That's not down to you. When was the last time you meditated and thought about the higher above, the creator? And I'm not talking to the blonde-eyed, blue-eyed guy in the sky. The breath, the energy, the feeling of anything. When was the last time you thought about that and said thank you?
It's the same, for example, for us, because there's a lot of similarities between our religions.
Very similar. I think we're born from your religion, to be honest. You
Possibly.
know, our first guru, read the Quran, went to Mecca. They've read the Bible, very open-minded religion. And that's why I love coming from that religion also. But we have a lot of respect.
Yeah.
I feel there's a lot of human beings who have put conditions. There's a lot of culture that have divided certain religions and certain people. I was told that my granddad was real friends with a lot of Muslims and doing kabaddi and playing and laughing, and all of a sudden there was a war and a big divide. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
It's the standard Western thing of dividing and conquer. Because now they've got India in their pocket. Pakistan and India are fighting. But before, Punjab, massive state, the Muslims were living freely with the Sikhs. Everyone was living happily together. And then what happened? Divide and conquer.
And that was powerful. Punjab means 5 rivers. Punjab was powerful enough to take on the whole world. So why would somebody come and divide it right in the middle? Because it doesn't want it to look outside of that country to go and conquer.
Yeah.
And this little small island, which I am proud to be British as well, but conquered most of the world.
Yeah, they did.
Because they were very smart on deals and contracts and how they got alliances and broker deals. And we should learn from that.
That's the thing, like how we can say like the whole world, or America, UK, Israel now as well, they're conquering, or they're trying to conquer the world, and they're trying to pool everything together because they have their own wider conspiracies or wider goals, but everywhere else is fractured. Like we see in our own Asian households, 2 brothers won't talk to each other, sisters won't talk to each other, husband and wife don't talk to each other properly, and it's like that throughout. But if we stay united, and it's like we said at the beginning, the whole energy, we stay united. Me and you have probably spoken 10 times, 12 times in the past year, but we don't hate each other. In fact, whenever we speak, it's always like half an hour conversation.
A lot of respect for each other.
And I think that's the way the world needs to be. Like, respect one another, standard, simple. But use that to push a wider goal. So how do you think working together, us together as humans, or not necessarily the whole world obviously, but working together with other people can help the whole community reach a wider goal?
Well, first of all, that thing about working together and partnership doesn't work for everybody.
Why?
Because you're putting your faith into something outer than you. Yeah, you could be very OCD. You could look at, my business is flowing like this, my staff comes out here, I can control them, I tell them what to do, and that's my outcome. You give that responsibility to somebody else and try and leverage and move on, and it doesn't happen that way, then very quickly you get disappointed, you get upset. Why is it not going the way I want it to? So of course you need a good budget, for example, as a business owner, to say I can afford to put the right person, and that costs a lot of money. So before you can do that, you need to try and do as much as you can alone, and leverage like machines, because an algorithm would never make a mistake. If you tell it 10 times, for example, just imagine you're doing a market trade and it's hit 50,000, but the low could be 42,000, and you tell the computer that if it goes to 42,000, do not sell, because it's happened like this 10 times before it shoots off to 60,000. If a human being is on that computer, they might get very emotional and go, oh shit, I've just lost £8,000, sell it now. And as it's sold, it's gone to 60, and then they follow in the 60, and then it drops again. A human being with emotion is not reliable, whereas a computer is reliable. And that should be a basic lesson to us, to say that, every time I've started a partnership, I've only done it once or twice, it hasn't gone very well. Maybe because my standards are very high, maybe my expectations are different. People end up forgetting what they committed to. Once they see a little bit of money, they get a bit more relaxed. What's that attitude? What's the ethos about? So first of all, you try to make yourself the best as possible. And when you are in that position, then maybe try to be in an authority position and be a leader, to follow to let a whole community follow you in the way you need to go to.
I think a lot of it's about identifying skill sets. And if you're working together, for example, in a business capacity, you need to know, because one person's going to be really good at sales, one person's going to be really good in the back end, one person's going to be really good at marketing. But if you have 3 good people at sales, it's like having 3 strikers on a team with no defenders. It's not going to work. Whereas if you have 1 defender, 1 midfielder, 1 striker, it's a balance. And that's what you generally need anyway.
Well, it's like having 2 cooks in the kitchen. They say you can't have 2 cooks in the kitchen. One's got to be a good cleaner, one's got to be good at cooking. But the main thing here, you've got to understand that you've got to be good at managing and identifying exactly how you said. Yeah.
You said 2 cooks in the kitchen. I'm thinking you're Asian, mother-in-law and daughter-in-law beef. That's the first thing that come to my head.
Nobody can beat mum. Mummy cooking the best, bro.
There's only one queen in the house. Dubai, you're buying properties there.
Yeah.
You're mentoring celebs, you're mentoring boxers. You've also done a serviced accommodation project, which you called me about, I remember a couple of months ago, said, I'm just going to try it out. See how it goes. How's that going?
It's going really well. It's going really, really well. And I'm so happy waking up doing this project, even though it's taken so much of my time. I've learned something called staging, which means making the property look good. And I'm not an interior designer. I'm maybe a good builder. I know how to take properties back to brick, put some plaster and some paint on it. But I'm not somebody who takes sort of whites and greys and then puts a mustard yellow and a royal blue. But I've learned. And I've gone IKEA shopping, I've gone to Dunelm's, Bedlings, and it's a different spin on what I'm normally used to doing. And I could have easily leveraged and told somebody else to do this for me, but I'm sorry, I'm not paying $2,500 to somebody for putting a bed sheet and a couple of pillows and making the pictures pop. I'm gonna look at a few magazines myself, and I'm gonna do that myself. And as I've done that, I've got some very, very good bookings. I'm very, very pleasantly surprised that people are willing to pay for space that looks really nice. So it's a very different market. You're going out high end, people who've got money in their pocket, people who are coming from US, who's come from Europe, who's coming to watch the baseball games in Westfields, West Ham Stadium. You learn very quickly about the markets. You learn about different platforms. We're used to Zoopla and Rightmoves, but then we're now learning about the Airbnbs and Booking.com and how they work and how the algorithm works there with keywords and what people are looking for and what markets are there. So Being in real estate, I can honestly say over the last 15 years, I've gone from buying houses, single let families, to HMOs, renting out to working professionals, to doing, spare room, to doing refurbishments, to now teaching other people this formula, to now very, very short-term lets, and also a little bit in the care sort of sector. It's a very interesting space. I get bored very quickly, but being in real estate, being an agent, linking deals, property sourcing, it's so wide that you can really be a property entrepreneur. And I just feel privileged that I've been able to do all of this because I've got all of this passive income coming in the background, which gives me a lot of confidence to say, even if I don't earn money today, by pitching and saying, look, you want to learn this is what I think you could potentially do. I'm not coming at a place that I need this. I need your money in my pocket. I need to do this deal right now. I'm coming from a very different, relaxed place to say, my money's coming in, my bills are paid. I'm probably pulling in 35 grand this month, and that's probably every single month of this year, and I'm good. And on a bad month, I might lose 10 and I've still got 25. That's not a worry anymore, and that's a very, very privileged place to be, but it wasn't always this way.
How does it feel to be, I'm going to go back into service accommodation, but you made an important point, you're not worried anymore, because a lot of problems for 95% of UK's population is down to money, because you're stressed, and lack of money creates stress, creates anxiety. You don't know, you want to do something, you want to go on a holiday, you want to buy that nice car, whatever it is, but you can't because of lack of money. How does it feel having at least minimum 25 grand a month coming in? What does that do just for your mental health?
We don't think about it. It comes through this partnership, it comes from this company into that company and another company. It's all spread that you think, there's 6 coming from there, 8 coming from there. And it's only when you do your accounts at the end of the year, you realize, bloody hell, have I just turned over nearly 400 grand for this year across all these companies? That's bloody lot. I thought I only did about 160, 170. You don't even notice it. You don't even notice your expenses because expenses come out through certain businesses account. Like, there's certain, your ink cartridges for your printers, and that's automized. There's certain insurances because you're using this car and it's electric and it's for your business. You don't even realize that it's not coming out your personal account. It's coming through businesses. It's just a lifestyle. Everything is a business expense. Whatever you do in your life is a business expense. If I'm traveling, business expense. If I'm going abroad, it's to see a deal. It's to do a seminar abroad. If I'm joining a new club that's costing me 3 grand to be part of a community, it's a business expense. But guess what I'm doing? I'm enjoying that journey because I'm sitting in a lovely car. I'm enjoying that journey because I'm meeting amazing people who want to do well for themselves and a professional in every single sector they're in. I'm enjoying myself because I'm going abroad to a lovely country with respectful people, with good rules and morals. It's a lifestyle, and people think it's a destiny. People think it's a destination to get to that place. It's not, it's a lifestyle. You've got to be living that every day, Zaid.
I think when you treat something as a journey, when you're enjoying a journey, that's what makes everything worthwhile. Because if you're just looking forward to the destination, that end point can always change. Because what you're going to do is, I'm going to make $1 million. When you hit $1 million, I'm going to make 2, I'm going to make 3. But if you're not enjoying that 0 to 1 and 1 to 2, then you're never ever going to be satisfied.
Yes, absolutely. Like, money is not a destination. Money is a tool to be used in your life. It can buy you food. It can buy you clothes. It can buy you designer things. It can't buy you happiness. And that's the problem. That's why you see so many celebrities, so many famous people, age of 30, 40, 50, gone so quickly. Why? Money's not serving them. They've got fame, glamour. They're not happy inside. That's not something that can be bought. It's a lifestyle. You've got to have true people around you. You've got to have real people around you. You've got to have real purpose while you're doing certain things in life. You should always be moving that goalpost. Every single year, what am I doing differently? Time is not real. Money is not real. Nothing's real. It's all an illusion. It's what you make of your reality. And make your reality this beautiful picture. You can paint it as beautiful as you want. You are always in the driving seat. You are the driver. Stop being a passenger. And the problem here, it isn't with us as individuals alone. We've been bought, we've been put in this reality.
Yeah.
And the quicker we realize that we are in a matrix, the better. Because when you're in school, you're taught that there's one person at the head of the class who's telling everybody, you're saying, you're nodding. It's funny, when I show people some of my courses, all of a sudden their whole ethos is different, watching like they're a student. And that's privileged to see that. But I'm like, hey, I'm speaking right here in front of you. You'll probably get more value right now in front of you than on this video. Yeah, facts what you're saying here. Yeah, like people go into a student mode. And that's a certain conditioning that the government has put together. And you can see that. The mind is also a muscle. When you go to the gym and you keep doing this eccentric muscle exercise, you rip muscle fibers and they get bigger and bigger and stronger. The brain is also a muscle. It can be trained. If your dad's a thief and your mum does something similar along them lines, what you're going to be? You're going to be a thief because that's your reality. That's what you've seen. That's right. They're your living gods. And when your mum's a teacher, your dad's a teacher. I've got a friend. He's also a teacher. Even though he wanted to be an actor, singer, dancer, he ended up going into teaching. Why? Because he saw his mum doing it. He saw his dad doing it. It came very natural to him. He learned how to that pattern. So we've got to understand that we are put sometimes into this simulation of whatever this is around you, you're going to do it. It's a fortunate few who break that system and come into entrepreneurship, left high and dry, and then it comes down to your mindset. How do you take failure? How do you deal with failure? Because when you're working in a job, I have a boss I can run to when I'm in trouble, just like in school. When I have a problem, I run to my teacher. When I'm working on the computer and it crashes, I go to my boss, it's your problem. Can you fix it? Otherwise I can't work. When you're your own boss, you have to fix everything. And that takes a different mindset to say, no one's walking in the door, no one's buying anything, my systems have gone down, I need to fix this as soon as possible. 1, 2, 3 days, I've lost £500 a day, I've lost 1,500 quid already this month. An entrepreneur has a very different mind, and that needs to be trained differently. And having employees myself, 3, 4 people who work for me, I can very quickly see the differences and go, why can you not understand that? Oh, I can only attend this meeting at this time or this hour. Why? I know you're free this evening. Why can't we get it done? An entrepreneur always wants to get stuff done. It wants to get to the next level, the next thing. An employee can't wait till it's 5 o'clock or when their hours are finished so they can have their time. Entrepreneur doesn't have time. Time doesn't exist. We're looking at properties at night. We'll take a call at 12 o'clock at night. I've heard people say, I would never work a Sunday. That's me time. No compromisation. Someone's conditioned you to tell you it's a Sunday. Someone's conditioned you to tell you that today is not a working day. I relish that day and say, give me that Sunday every time. I'll do it 10 times a month if there was a Sunday to earn triple pay. Because guess what? I could probably take 3 days off during the week because I've worked that day. And that's where it comes down to mindset. Stop putting these boundaries, stop putting these barriers on yourself and just join in the race like everybody else. Break away, be different, dare to be different. Dare to be an inspiration, inspire people and go, wow, you see so many people on social media, famous people, and people just go, yeah, that guy's wicked. Look at what he's actually doing. Think about what he's sacrificed, because you've only got to be Usain Bolt for 10 seconds of your life to live the rest of your life as a G. Guy smashed.
You've got to put the work in that he's done for them 10 seconds as well.
People, that's what they see surface level. You are lucky, you are rich. People will watch this podcast and go, he's a rich bastard, I don't give a shit about him. He's come from money, his parents had money, that's why he's got money. Because it makes them feel better about their life. They wouldn't say, how did he get that money? How did he earn that money? How can I do the same? How do I reach out to him to replicate his formula? People won't think like that. Because you know why? That's harder to think like that.
When we did the first podcast, you just reminded me, one of the reels we put out, some of the comments were like that. Oh, his family's rich. Oh, he's always been rich. One of them was even like, I'm his cousin or something like that. I'm his cousin. You remember I was showing you, and I think a screenshot, I sent it to you.
Wow.
I was just like, you know what? There's real haters in this world you're still doing what you're doing. Like, if someone can be born with 10 million in their bank account, or trust fund, whatever it is, they still have to work to keep that 10 million. They could be smart and just put it in investments and earn from that 10 million, they can earn 20 grand a month or whatever it is, and they can relax. Or they can turn that 10 into 100, 100 into 1 billion, whatever they want to do. But they still have to do something. Because if they stay still, leave that 10 million in the bank account, what's going to happen? You know what? That money's going to devalue. They're going to spend it. Before they know it, they're going to have nothing left.
Here's the real challenge. How do I get my next generation to do what I've done? Because it's something special that what we've done already, you know. But when I've got a little 10-year-old who opens his wallet where I go, can I have 100 quid? And he's got 100 quid, I know I've done my job right. You know, money is abundant. Money is everywhere. Anyone can get this tool called money. It's everywhere. You just got to get up with that mind. I've heard my little one go, who's here today? Who's coming? I said, Bapuji. Who's Bapuji? It's like a granddad. Okay, cool. Hello, Sashika. Yeah, you're right. What music do you like? And yeah, all right, son. I like Elvis Presley. For Elvis Presley, he'll go out the room, and what he's done is gone to Google Elvis Presley, looked at a piano piece, opened up the grand piano, and all of a sudden I can hear Elvis Presley, "Love Me Tender," you know. And halfway through our conversation, my uncle's gone, hang on, hold on, son. I love that song. And all of a sudden he goes, what did you think? And he's like, I love that. Here you go. There's a crispy £5 note for you. The guy knows how to make money at the age of 10. That's when you know you're putting that drive. He doesn't need that £5 note.
Is your uncle from Birmingham?
Yeah, he's from Birmingham.
Yeah, I thought
He's a
so.
Brummie. Yeah, I really love my family. Like, I've got two different sides of my family. My dad's family is very entrepreneurial. My mum's side, you know, very, very different path. They like doing their jobs. They like their weekends. They have a very different life, but I get more love that side. And then I've got my dad's side, who's very entrepreneurial, and they teach me more about the business side. But we're now like on our own paths as well. As you grow, you know, you build your own vessel and you keep going forward in your direction. But I'm very privileged to see two different sides of families and learn two very different styles in life. One's happy-go-lucky, be happy, enjoyment. Are you giving? You know, I've seen them give land away back home to say, my other family needs that more than me. And then I've seen people who just do business deals and go, that's mine, cross the T's, dot the I's. You can't have this, I need this. And I've seen two different, and I feel that I'm an amalgamation of both. And I've learned two different styles with compassion, with humility, and still keep my brand at a top level where I'm doing the right thing. You know?
But it's also about picking out the positives of both sides, because it's easy to just pick out the negatives. By picking out the positives, you're creating synergy in a way within yourself, and you're basically becoming the best version of yourself, like genetically possible. If you had that mindset of moody negativity,
Yeah.
you'd pick out the worst things, and then that would just translate in
I'd be
yourself.
too lazy to even take a trip down to Birmingham. So what do I need to see them for? What they giving me?
Yeah.
What am I getting from them? But when you're hungry for love, you'll go anywhere, you know? And when you just want company and you respect family and you realize this is where my mum's come from, that's the energy she grew up in, why would I not want to know about that? And here's the thing, a lesson of life. Be around as many different people that you can. Be around a business owner, an estate agent, or your dad in his business, or your cousins or your brothers, anyone willing to teach you. Be around them, learn. Don't learn in your bedroom. Stop putting just YouTube on and saying, that person done that, he said that, I'm going to say and do the same thing, put this facade on and I will make that same million. It's not going to happen.
Disclaimer, the only two YouTube channels you're allowed to listen to is the Alan Monday podcast and Take a Seat.
Yeah, but come on, like, let's stop all of this blueprint and being robotic. Yeah? It's easier and easier to start making money, and it's easier and easier to get ahead. Why? Because everyone's scrolling and everyone's just looking at their phones and everyone's following like sheep in the same pattern. Get out and meet real life. Look eye to eye to a person, shake someone's hand, have a word, learn what you got to learn, fall down, rip your knee, and learn how to put some TCP and get up and move through that pain. Because that's what YouTube is not going to teach you, how to go through that pain barrier.
You have to take action, and I think that's the like of the next generation. You're seeing it more and more that people are cooped up literally in their bedrooms or on their phones. Before we used to have the big massive computers, now it's literally the phones are cooped up on social media all day following whatever they're doing, even if it's beneficial. But the way you're going to learn is going out. All you have to do is, I guarantee if someone messages you, Sean, I like your content, can you meet me for a coffee? I live near Stratford, example, whatever. You'll be like, yeah, I'm on site, come to my site, whatever, have a chat. When you're talking to them, they're asking you questions, they're thinking, and you're going to ask them questions back, and you're going to try and figure out what they need to learn. Whereas when they're on the phone watching a YouTube video, they can't interact. The only interact they can do is comment, but commenting, writing is a different skill to speaking.
Here's an example of this. I had somebody turn up on my site with 4 properties, and I was doing my site visits. And after the site visit, they said, this has been one of the best days I've spent out with somebody. I've paid £11,000 for a mastermind. I haven't learnt what I learnt today.
That happened to me as well. Someone come to my office, they were doing rent to rent, and they offered on a property, it was rent to HMO. And they told me they're doing rent to HMOs, and I looked at the numbers, and I said, this doesn't add up. I said, are you sure? They go, yeah, 100% sure. Cool. 1 year down the line, they come to my office, give them the property back. I said, what happened? I go, you were right, we didn't do numbers. So I said, I took them into that meeting room where we did our first podcast, sat them down and said, okay, cool, what's happened? Went through the numbers. I said, you need to do this, this, this. They said, everything you've said to me in this room, I paid £12,000 for. But again, it's staying on the phone, looking at a course, start landing on a landing page. It's all psychology, marketing, but it works. Credit card, 12,000. But if you go out and meet 100 agents, I guarantee 1 or 2 will sit down, because I'm that kind of person who's in for a long-term relationship. I'll sit down with you, help you, knowing that if you got a problem, you're going to come to me. And we help solicitors. Imagine I have solicitors calling me, say, how do I evict this tenant? We've tried this. We say, okay, cool, there's a grey area route you can take round the back. It's still legal, so you can do it. But solicitors just know Section 21 because they're trained like that. Whereas, like you said, as people in business, we have to think outside the box. I can't think that tenant's going to stay in the property. What can I do? He's not paying rent.
It's not right. It's people do one quirky little deal, put a bunch of branding around themselves, come out and I'm the next best thing since sliced bread. That's not ethically right. Just because you've got an art of making money in the biggest game, how can you just come outside and go, yeah, I'm going to charge you £11,000? That's a bloody deposit. If I'm going to charge someone £11,000, I expect to find them the property, do the refurbishment, get them accountant, solicitor, and put something together that they see value, not just a bunch of education. And then they're walking away and going, I know how to buy this house now, but I've got no money left. All right, in 2 years' time, I know exactly what to do. Why are you stripping somebody of all of their ability, by constraining them, by gatekeeping all of this knowledge?
The real classroom is on the ground. It's on the field. It's in the property. The real classroom isn't online, on Zoom or education textbook. Because, example, you take people to your property site visits, they're learning so much more because they're seeing, oh, this is what plumbing is. This is what electrics is.
This is what regulation is. This is an emergency light, a door closer, thumb lock. Oh, that's what back to brick is. How did you plaster that? How did you get your kitchen like this? How did you measure that? How did you put a doorway? How did this happen? And it gives me so much pleasure to give them an hour, and sometimes it goes to 2 hours. And I'm like, shit, how did I give somebody 2 hours of my time? But that's when you're actually passionate about what you do. That's when you love what you do and how happy it makes you to go, I'm giving real value. Like, this doesn't feel like work to me. You know what I mean? So thoroughly enjoy that bit, and I want to do more and more of this, Zaid, honestly. And I'm so happy to even come on social media because my network's grown exponentially. I've met so many people. I get so much respect. I swear to God, today, a gas man came to one of my properties down the road, and he started smiling and shaking my hand, right? I thought, he just knows I'm the landlord. And then he goes, you're on Insta, innit, bro? You're on Insta, innit? I was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, cool. And he goes, yeah, I follow you, bro. I told my dad to do what you do, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. See you later. And I walk here, and there's the next guy going, yo, sure, what's going on? It's like, whoa, what the hell? Like, maybe it's East London. It's
Yeah, I did that as well when I saw you in there.
Exactly, but what could make you more happier when you know everybody and people like you for being you? And this is another thing. Be you. Be authentic. Let people like you for you. And if they don't like you for you, it's okay. Not everyone's for everyone, but you'll get a few real ones who really like you for being yourself. You know, too many of us are coming out here and being actors. I told you even before this podcast, bro, I'm going to be myself. I'm going to give my own opinion. I'm going to be real. And there's going to be a bunch of people who think you're an idiot. What are you doing on this podcast? And there's a bunch of people going to be saying, I like that guy. He's real. And when he's in a public speaking event, or if he's doing a seminar, I will go to that because my values and the way I think aligns with that guy. And that's who I want also in the room. And I want people to say, you were like this on a podcast. You're not like that in real life. What a waste of my day. I don't want to waste your time, but don't waste my time either. Yeah, that's what I'm about. And that's what people fail to realize. Social media is not real life. It's you times 10, it's you amplified. This is a real conversation between two big men who are both in real estate. And we're just having a conversation. And to some people, they will really, really value seeing two very established, earning high value people having a conversation to go, I was allowed to listen to this today.
Let's give some tips on real estate then.
Yes.
Someone's looking to get on someone's got no money. Okay, let's start with basic bottom. Someone's got no money, grinding, 9 to 5, living paycheck to paycheck. They want to get out of the so-called rat race. What are they doing?
Your only thought process should be, how do I get money? Very quickly, when you realize that when you put all your thoughts and feeling on how to get money, you will start to get money. Because you are focusing on that. So you're then going to start focusing on your input. What am I doing to get that instrument called money? What am I doing with my time? Where am I sitting? Who are the people around me? Who's my network? How am I upskilling myself? How am I creating more value? If somebody comes in and is just a cleaner, you can wipe a couple of desks in here, yeah? You're probably paying £15 an hour, yes or no?
Yeah.
If somebody comes in here as a fully refurbed construction person and say, I know how to make this place with new plasterboards, new electrics, new plumbing, I will make this place look like this, 100 million, you're going to pay him 30, 40,000. Look at the two value. It's the same person walking in, but they know how to do two different things. A bricklayer right now gets paid a certain amount per brick. I've seen them people on TikTok, it's like, yeah, £1.50, £1.50, £3, £4.50. He's done the whole line and he goes, there's money. I've just shown you an example how my kid has gone, yeah, I'm just playing one piece, £5 there. Dad, I cleared somebody's desk. You cleaned somebody's desk? But then I thought, hang on, I used to load people's cars for £5. There's no shame in hard work. There's no shame in producing something. He's learning the art of providing a service right now. I applaud that. How do I get money is the very, very first tip that you need to be focused on. Because your brain is a muscle. And once you train that muscle to get money, it will learn how to get money. And once you get that money, you multiply. Secondly, look in the right places. Get your free templates. Listen to free podcasts like this. Listen to entrepreneurs. How did they get money? How did they do it? Self-help videos. Follow the right channels. Stop looking at bloody all of this rubbish and stupid laughs and stupid jokes or comedian after comedian. It's okay to have your fun time, but don't just follow that. You want to be following people who provide you with value because you're on a mission to provide for your missus because you're trying to attract the right partner. You're trying to give your children a better life. You're trying to retire your parents. Is that going to get you there by watching a comedian channel? So where you're giving your time and attention needs to be in a better space.
So if you were to simplify 3 tips to get into property, what would it be?
First of all, concentrate on getting money. So increase your value. Second, increase your network. Get into the right rooms. That can even be by joining a new gym. Sounds really weird, But hey, look, I've been looking around for gyms right now. I've seen people in Virgin Active, David Lloyd, Third Space. It's a £200 membership. Do you think you're gonna see your 19-year-old walking in there smelling of BO and going, yo bro, how much do you bench? Or you're gonna be next to a stockbroker who goes, I've got 200,000 here and I wanna get into real estate. I'm so busy at doing this stockbrokering, I don't know what to do. Hi, I'm here, hello. Nice to meet you. I can put a few deals your way. Where are you going to find that person? You can find them even in the gym, in the spa area, in the sauna, the steam, the right conversations. And last of all, don't forget about property entrepreneurship. What does that mean? Well, it means about, I don't need to be a property owner anymore. I can do a rent to rent. I could do an Airbnb. I could do a rent to serviced accommodation. If I know the right people now, and I'm next to University of East London, and I've got teachers who come in and do special talks who say, I'm here once every quarter for 2 weeks, I need a place to stay. Or, hello, I'm coming to the UK for 2 months, a state agent is not going to accept me because they need 6 months for an AST. How do I get a place? Well, I'm here as a fully kitted place with an iron and an ironing board and bedding and a cleaner who comes in and out. I can provide all these services, but you have to pay me 5,000-6,000 a month. There's people out there who will pay that. So how do you stand out? So get educated, know how to do these other things, and instead of saying how can I save up 100, 120,000, well, how can I get to my 20,000 to get a property for 3 months, which will allow me to sublet it? And how do I provide for another market, which allows me to make my little money on top? And once you learn how to do that, scale that. Scale that times 10. Because if you just make one property and you can make £1,000 and you can do that 10 times, that's 10 grand a month. That is unrealistic for most people. I've just shown you exactly how to make 10 grand a month, 120,000, and that will get you into different rooms. That will enable you to afford different things and achieve different things as well.
You have a 10-year-old boy. Where do you want to see him in 15 years, 20 years?
I have a 14-year-old girl, I have an 11-year-old boy, and I have a 10-year-old boy. They are all very different. They all have very different ambitions. You can see them from young, growing up, and what direction they are going. The CEO for Phones for You. Phones for You. Do you remember that one?
The advert.
He gave 2 pieces of advice to his children. Number 1 is no matter what you do, be happy. I don't think there's a single parent out there who doesn't want to see their children happy. You don't want to see them anxiety, you don't want to see them upset, you don't want to see them suicidal. There's nothing worse for a parent. And second of all, he said, tell your children, what are you leaving behind? How will you be remembered? And I thought that was a really, really good piece of advice. So I said, whatever you do, I don't want my children to be employees. But will they be employees after school, after university? Yes, they will be employees because they need to bring something different to the plate and add a certain skill. But do they also know how to be entrepreneurs? Yes, they all know how to be entrepreneurs because their daddy is an entrepreneur and he's showing them on a Saturday or a Sunday or an evening, you're coming with me, Dad, this is a horrible property. Yeah, you watch in a week what we do. Get them used to this environment. Get them used to being uncomfortable as soon as possible. And then they go, hang on, wait, you just created that? Yeah, I have created that. And how did we do that? Well, we did this. Start breaking down their barriers that anything is possible. The mind is yours. The world is yours. You can achieve anything you want to because you are drawing a picture and a path for them. So how well they do is also a reflection on you. Now, if you're a parent who's working in Tesco's or you're a barber or you're in a 9-to-5, you might not be able to provide that for your kid. But what you can definitely do is work a little bit harder and make sure your kids are around the right environments where they're learning some of these things. You're in control of some of their parental guidance where what do they watch, what are they consuming? Don't allow your kid to go in their room and just be endless on their computer. No, you're sitting with me. We're watching together. Let them be uncomfortable. It's okay. Start taking some of that control back. Stop letting other people who are outside of your family, other institutions, other governments say, this is what a kid should be doing. Take control in your household and go, you live in my house? You eat my food, this is the rules and conditions. It's okay not to be liked. Later on, they will be thanking you. And that's what I do. And I'm still very much loved, thankfully. And I do have very uncomfortable conversations. It's the lesser of two evils. If I allow them to be who they want to be and carry on thinking with their 10-year-old experience, and I've got 40 years more experience than you, I'm doing the disservice. I'm being evil in that way. Don't let anybody else say, you're evil, you're not letting them watch this, you're not letting them do that. Oh, you control their screen time. Yeah, they play Lego, they build, they do engineering, they build puzzles. I'm the controller until they're at least 16, 18. And guess what? By that age, most of it's done. When do you think about, when you make a decision, where do you think from? You think from the very first time you cross that bridge and that path. The very first time something happened. Why don't you jump off a bridge? Because you realize very quickly that it's going to bloody hurt. Because I jumped off a 5-foot wall and I bloody hurt myself. Or jumping off a bridge, I'm going to probably die. If your dad's scared of heights, 9 times out of 10 you're going to be scared of heights because he's already put a belief in, oh, I can't get up a ladder because I'm so scared. It's a scary thing straight away. If you're scared of spiders, arachnophobia, it's more likely your mum was scared of spiders. I hate the spiders. And I'm telling you this because it's happened to me. And certain things I've had to retrain my brain. So what I've learned is with my next generation, I need to remove as many barriers, but thinking holistically in a safe environment as well, what they can and can't do. And there's certain things I say they can do, even though I think I can't do them. But if I put that belief in them, maybe they might achieve something. But we always think from our child self. We are always children. You know, any little thing that will happen, we'll always think the first incident. And sometimes we've got to address some of these things because some of these things from our childhood are holding us back from moving forward. And we don't need none of that. That's negativity.
You know, because your parking's getting up, we would have continued on that point. Just a couple other things before we finish. Otherwise, we might probably need a part 3 now. What are you investing in next?
What am I investing in right now? So I've got a large bet, which is where I'm an expert at, is in real estate. I've gone into an international market. I've gone into other strategies like Airbnb. Outside of that, I've now invested in ISAs, which are tax-free savings, and a stocks and shares ISA into metals, which is gold, silver, uranium. And aside from that, the smallest bet, I've probably got about 100,000 portfolio in altcoins, which is part of cryptocurrency, where Bitcoin, the daddy, has just had a Bitcoin ETF, something that even Warren Buffett said it was a scam and he would never be investing in this. It's just been how do you call it? Institutionalized. That's what they call it. All the big institutions are now pouring all of their money into this asset class called Bitcoin. Something who they don't even know who the creator is. It's now a real thing where you can pour your money. So it's in early adoption and it's now where the US government is also investing in this thing. And I've had this since 2019. I didn't think it was gonna be anything apart from a lottery ticket. And now it's becoming real, is shooting up. And by the time you release this episode, I believe it will be in a very high position. And there's a lot of money to be made in this space. And there's places like Dubai who even accept USDT as to even buy a flat. So hopefully I'll be calling you and say, yo bro, I just bought a penthouse here next to Marina. You know what I'm saying, bro?
And what's next for Sean Lamb? What's the 2024 goals for Sean Lamb?
2024, we're going to do an in-person event. It's happening, baby. You know, I've got a very good team. I've got a good marketing team. I've got good videographers, editors on my team. We look at algorithms. We look at how many people have subbed, how many people are watching. We are holding a webinar next Saturday. Probably it will be over by the time this episode comes out. But I've had thousands and thousands of messages, you know, in 3 reels, which is no paid advertisement, because not that I don't believe in it, I like to do things organically at the start. I've had over 233 people sign up to one webinar. Let that sink in. Standing at the top, 233 people after 3 days. It's a 14-day reels that I'm releasing. Every day, people are subscribing to a webinar. And from there, I'm going to be teaching them all about HMO and B++ strategy, something that I've mastered over the last 1.5 decades. And on top of that, I'm hoping to work with some individuals as well. I've got very limited spaces to work one-to-one with people, but I've got a whole community of people where I've got a Discord channel set up, absolutely free. I'm going to be doing weekly, monthly, every 2 weeks lives, doing live podcast interviews with mortgage specialists, solicitor specialists, giving real life examples and really helping a whole community of people. Because they say the first year you feed a business, second year a business feeds itself, and the third year the business feeds you. And I'm now in my third year of, after giving all this free value, now taking on mentees to come and learn on this space. And I really want some real results, because I've got some real good partners who have come in the background and go, Sean, we're ready to help. We can get the properties, we can help with the refurbs, we can manage properties, we can get solicitors, accountants. Where's the pipeline of people? I said, I've got loads of people. I want to know you can do it with me. So I'll be the guinea pig. And if you can do that, I'm ready to start helping a pipeline of people to be helped and making their dreams come true. And by the end of 2024, if I've got all of these people with keys in their hands, that actual real reality of proof of work, I know I can do it, and I'm going to do it at a real affordable price. I'm not £11,000 like some people, or £6,000. I'm going to do it on a subscription basis, something that no one else is doing currently. And I'm going to do it in this really effective way where I want a big market share to come towards me, and how to make money very easily, be around the right network, fill out rooms, and how we can make that possible.
I'm sure this time next year we'll sit down and you'll tell us all about it. Sean, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure as always. It's a little bit better than the first one. But if you haven't and you've made it to the end, subscribe to Take a Seat. Follow Sean Land on his Instagram, on his TikTok, where you've got like 25,000 followers now actually.
Yeah, a little bit more than 27.
And of course, make sure you subscribe to this podcast. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me on. Peace.